This next video is on generate automatic purchase orders based on quantity sold. To get there, at the top right hand corner, you can be at the top level, the store owner level, if you're going to do purchase orders for all of your stores, or you can change it to that individual store number that you're working on for the order. Then you can go to Inventory, Purchasing, and Generate Automatic Purchase Orders. This will bring you into the Generate Automatic Purchase Order screen. Many retailers spend several hours each week sizing up their inventory to determine what needs to be reordered. This manual process is both inefficient and error-prone. Rix Enterprise helps you become more efficient when placing reorders by providing you with the ability to generate automatic purchase orders. Rix Software is excited to announce the addition of Quantity Sold as a new option for generating automatic purchase orders. The new Quantity Sold option complements our existing model stock and sell-through percent order type options. So how do I put this new feature to good use in my stores, you ask? We recommend starting with 2 or 3 suppliers that have a track record of fulfilling and shipping purchase orders within 24 to 48 hours of being placed. Establish a routine for the next month where you generate automatic purchase orders for these selected suppliers. For example, each Monday morning, generate automatic purchase orders based on what was sold in the prior week. On the Generate Automatic Purchase Order screen, you're going to select Based on Sales, Quantity Sold as the order type. So here in the order type, I'm going to click on Based on Sales, and then I'm going to click on Quantity Sold. Then I'm going to go over to what sales period you want to analyze. So I'm going to click on the drop down, and I'm going to choose last number of days and change it to 7. So I'm looking at the last 7 days. Now I'm going to go over to the Bill To store, select my store that I'm working on, and I'm also going to put a ship date and a cancel date. So in this example, I put Bill To Store 1, ship date of today, October 18th, cancel date of November 18th. If you wanted to put a payment date, you could. You could also put an alert message in here. So anytime someone brings up this purchase order, it'll bring up that alert message up on the screen. And then you can also check whether you want to do split shipment or back order, or both of them. I'll talk about the additional inclusion options here in a minute. Then, since I'm going to do a specific supplier or suppliers, I'm going to click on Criteria up at the top. In this example, I can put in the store if I want to, and I can also put the supplier. So once I start typing in the supplier, has an auto fill in, so I can just select it, or I could use my supplier lookup if I wanted to. You could not only do this by supplier, but you could do it by class or classes, by SKU or SKUs, or by product custom entry or entries here. In this example, I'm just doing this particular supplier. When I'm ready to create my purchase order, if I want to preview it first, I can click on the preview button. If I'm ready to save this, I can click on Create PO and Print. By doing this, it's going to give me a purchase order for everything that I sold for this supplier in the last 7 days. If I want to dial in to the purchase order to be more selective or conservative, I can experiment with the following options. The first option would be the SKU price filtering, where if I wanted to only include SKUs at retail price. So obviously I don't want to reorder stuff that I've marked down. So if I only want to include my retail items and nothing that's marked down, then I want to check this box here in the SKU price filtering. Another option is a SKU receipt filtering. If I want to look at only SKUs that were last received from and to a certain date, or I could look at SKUs that the date was first received from and a certain date, I can do that in this section. So maybe I don't want to look at anything that's from an old season. I only want to look at a certain period that I've received these SKUs from. I can use the SKU receipt filtering to do that. And the other things that you can experiment with are back on the Options tab in this Additional Inclusion Options. There is this Reduce Order Quantity by the amount currently on hand. So if I check this, it will reduce my order quantity by anything that I have currently on hand. If I don't want to check that, I can leave that unchecked. So let's review what we have here. We have the order type based on sales, quantity sold. I have the sales period looking at the last number of days, the last 7 days, so it's looking at anything that I've sold in the last 7 days. It has my bill to store, my ship date, my cancel date. If I wanted to do any of these inclusion options here for the reduce order quantity, I can put an alert message if I want. I can now go to the Criteria tab and see that I've done it for this particular supplier, and I'm going to do it for this particular store. That's my ship to store. Everything else is blank. I'm not doing it for any classes. It's going to be all classes within that supplier. I want to only include things at retail price, and now I want to preview this order. This way I can preview it, I can review it on the screen, and it doesn't actually create that automatic purchase order yet. Now I can see the preview of that order, and if everything looks good, then I can exit out of here, and I can click on the button that says Create PO and Print. This will automatically bring you to the report history. If you want to view it here, you can click on that purchase order and open it up. And it's going to show you that exact purchase order with all of the information that's going to be ordered. Before you send the purchase orders to the selected suppliers, feel free to review each purchase order and make adjustments as needed. Using the Change Purchase Order screen, you can open each auto-generated purchase order and make changes such as increasing or decreasing the order quantity and adding and removing SKUs. To get to that screen, you can click on Inventory, Purchasing, and Change Purchase Order. I can type in the purchase order number here or use my lookup tool to look up the purchase order. Once I find it, I can go ahead and select it, and it'll come up on the screen. Here it's going to show me that exact purchase order number. It's going to show me the sales period that I was looking at, which was the last 7 days. And I'm going to see every single SKU that is on that purchase order down below. And on this particular one, there's 9 different items here. So it shows you the SKU number, shows you if there was any size related to it, the description, the class, the color, and it shows you the current quantity that's on this order. It shows you the on hand on each item, the on order, so this would be any on orders of any other orders out there, not this current order. Any sales, looking at the sales period of the last 7 days, what your sell-through percent is, the cost, the total, and then to the right is where you can delete this item if you want to delete the SKU off of the purchase order. You can also make adjustments. If you wanted to increase the quantity on the order, you could increase it or you could decrease it. If you wanted to change the sales period that you were looking at, say you wanted to change it to month to date instead, and click on Change Sales Period, then you'll notice down here below, underneath Sales, it will change that. Or maybe I want to look at year to date and change the sales period. So you'll see the sales will change. This used to be 1, now it's 6, and obviously your sell-through percent changes as well. So you can see how many of these items that you've sold based on the sales period if you want to look at that on this line. And then you can decide based on this information if you want to delete this SKU off of the purchase order, just click on the red X, or if you want to modify the quantity that you're ordering on this order. And it automatically saves it as you're doing it. There's not a save button on the screen, so everything that you do, whether you delete or you modify the quantity that you're ordering, it will automatically change that for you on this screen, which is nice. Then once I have that purchase order exactly how I want it, I can go back to the report history, pull it up on the screen, and if I'm ready to email that to my supplier, I can just bring it up, click on the email icon, and this will actually attach this purchase order right to my email, and I can go ahead and send this off to my supplier, just like that. Our new quantity sold option for generating automatic purchase orders is yet another way Rick Software continues to add value to your business. If you have any questions about how to use Generate Automatic Purchase Orders or any other feature in Rick's Enterprise, please refer to the video library or contact Rick's support at 1-800-654-3123 extension 1. You can always get to these video library videos through the main menu, just the home page, and you can click on the video library, and that is going to be where all of the videos are at for the webinars and the actual videos for each topic in Rick's Enterprise. Thank you.